Hello, Chicken Lady here. I haven't done any videoing today because, well, the weather's been too nice. But I did do some videoing last Saturday when I made chilli for dinner. So here's my guide to making an enormous vat of chilli. Let's not forget my propensity for over-catering, which hopefully will fill in for Recipe Friday. Take care. Note to self: when making videos into YouTube videos later in the week, it's always best to make sure that you don't accidentally delete one of them. Now, what's missing is a video shot of lots of chopped vegetables, which I know, pretty sure you know what they look like. So there was chopped carrots, chopped peppers, chopped onions, chopped celery, and I think that was about it. It was all chopped up, finely to go into sweat off. Okay, so I put it into the pan with lots of olive oil on a really low heat so that it will go nice and sweet rather than brown. Okay, so that's what you've missed in the video that I accidentally deleted. As you can see, the vegetables have sweated away nicely. They're nice and soft now. Now I had a bit of a debate in my head as to whether I was going to put the meat in first or the spices in first, and I decided to put the spices in first. So we've got cumin, cinnamon and smoked paprika, a tablespoon of each for this. I'll adjust the seasoning later on and the spicing later on, because I'm using a jar sauce that I don't normally use today because we were struggling to get hold of tinned tomatoes and things last week. So here we go. In they go. And then I just need to give it a nice stir so that all of those spices start to come together with the sweet smell that we're already getting from the vegetables. Oh, that smells lovely. If only you could smell via YouTube. The next thing I'm going to do is put in the meat. Now I've got a mixture of beef mince and pork mince here. There is 500 grams of each of these. Like I say, it's a vat of chilli that I'm making, so you can use less, but I always use half and half because it just seems to be nicer with pork and beef. There we go. Apologies for the vegetarian/vegans in the group. So this is what the beans looked like when they were dried. This is because we couldn't get hold of tinned beans the other day, so we bought some dried ones. The black-eyed beans came from our local greengrocer / weigh and save type shop called Greenhouse, and they weigh them out into paper bags for you. The red kidney beans came from the World Food aisle in Sainsbury's, which is always a good place to look for things like this because it's often a little bit tucked away and people don't look for things there. They were put into soak last night, and as you can see, they've swollen up nice and big and normal size now. We've used 100 grams of each, and we think that's going to be enough for the whole chilli. Right, final few ingredients to go in. We have a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and also a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Again, that's probably something that I'll taste and adjust later on as well once it's had quite a long time to cook. I cook this chilli really low and really slow. We are fortunate enough to have a Rayburn, so we just put it in the oven on low and leave it there. But you could do that with your oven, you know, just set it to about 100, 120 maybe, and then leave it to kind of blip away for ages. That was a beef stock cube as well. And then the final thing to add is the beans. Here they are, all going in to the chilli, and it's difficult to empty beans into a chilli with only one hand. And then that's everything in there. I might pop a little bit of extra water in there just to keep it nice and moist. But pretty much that is good to go and I'll put it in the oven for at least 2 hours on low, if not longer. We've been known to leave chilies in the oven all day, and that makes them really scrummy when they come home. You just need to make sure that you've got enough water in there so that it doesn't dry out. I'll show you more of this later. So here is the chilli all cooked up. I give it a bit of a stir. You can see how juicy it is. I mean, maybe it could do with a bit less juice and reducing down, but it'll work out fine because we'll freeze loads of this. And I've just cooked up some normal basmati rice to have with it. Again, another tip for you, which maybe you might use when this is all over, is if you go to the world food aisles of your local supermarket, you can buy 5 kilo bags of rice at a time, decant it into some Tupperware, and then just keep the bag in a cupboard out of the way. When we lived in Bognor, in a 1-bedroom flat, we used to keep it in the bottom of the wardrobe, but now we keep it in the cupboard under the stairs. So it's loads cheaper that way, and it means you've always got loads on hand. And there's usually 5 kilo bags of pasta as well, in better times than we have at the moment. And if you have all of that in stock, then you don't need to worry if there is any shortages. Enjoy! Hope you liked the chilli. Well, that's all from me for today. Remember to take care, look after